I'm here with Gloria Barone Rosanio, and she's with the Public Relations Society of America, and we're at the NGO Expo here in New York City. Welcome, Gloria.
Thank you. It's been so much fun getting such great ideas from everyone.
Absolutely. Talk a little bit more about how you're finding the conference.
Sure. I just think it's so rewarding to be in a room full of people who are trying to do good.
Yeah.
And it's so easy when we look at the world around us and we look at the news and we see sometimes so much sadness and such a failure of leadership in some cases to step up and do things. And then you come to a meeting like this and you realize there's good all around us. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's coming from underneath. It's bubbling up.
Yeah.
We don't have to wait for world leaders to drive it down.
Yeah.
It's coming from the bottom up. And I just think it's so exciting, and it really, if you're wondering if there's good in the world, you need to come here.
Yeah, it's here.
It's here. It is definitely here, and it's here
Yeah.
on big scales and large scales.
Yeah.
From people who are doing things in their neighborhoods in the Bronx to people who are helping refugees in far-flung regions of the world. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see people from all corners of the world just all doing good in one place.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell me a little bit about your organization and what you do.
Sure. So I'm a member of the Public Relations Society of America, and through that organization, I have a lot of professional contacts. Last year, two of the members of the organization wanted to do a study, and they asked if I would like to be part of it, and I was excited to join them in that. And the study was of companies in the U.S., large companies in the U.S. primarily, and how they select their nonprofit partners. And on the flip side, the study looked at those nonprofit partners and what they look for in companies. So in other words, how do you get a perfect match?
Sure.
For CSR? And it was a really interesting study. I didn't do the research. I just got to help design it. But the researchers spoke to 8 companies and 12 nonprofits, and they talked to them for a long time. These interviews spanned over a year.
Wow.
Total.
Wow.
And they got a wealth of information, and just a couple of quick takeaways of what makes that match made in heaven for companies and nonprofits. They have to have shared values. And that sounds a little cliche, but it really is true. They have to have shared values. Their priorities need to be the same. They have to see a match to their mission. So and it goes both ways. It's not just that companies want the nonprofit to be able to help them demonstrate social responsibility in their field or their industry. Nonprofit wants the company to also reflect their mission.
Absolutely.
And some nonprofits have even said in the study, it can be very damaging to work with a corporation that doesn't have the same values that we have. So really interesting stuff there. The other thing that came out that also went both ways was that companies as well as nonprofits are looking for fiscally responsible partners. They look at finances, they look at reporting, they look at how the other organization manages their money, and that all factors into whether they want to work with them or not.
Sure. Right?
And then lastly, the big thing that the study found was what they're calling strategic alignment. So sounds a little gobbledygooky, bureaucratic, but it's really, how do we really match these two organizations up? And so one way, what a lot of companies said is they don't want to just give money. They want to be able to take their people who have expertise in a particular area, whether that's finance, communications, you name it, and they want to be able to help the nonprofit who probably doesn't have experts in all of those areas. And so they're looking for nonprofits who want that as well. They want nonprofits to want their own employees to come in and help.
Sure.
Not just to take a check.
Of course.
By the same token, nonprofits kind of felt the same way. They want somebody who's on their wavelength. Sometimes the bigger nonprofits don't need as much help, and some of the companies said actually they gravitate toward the smaller nonprofits where they feel that their money can make more of a difference.
Sure.
So there's just some highlights of the study.
Yeah, that sounds really fascinating. What an exciting project to be a part of. And are you based here in New York, or did you travel to come here?
Well, I traveled, but not far.
Okay.
I live in New Jersey. I don't know if that really counts as travel.
You got on the train, you got on the bus, you went through the rain.
Well, you have people here coming from, India, a lot of places, South America. So I feel like New Jersey, and not so much, but still the traffic was terrible.
Sure.
And it was very bad hair, like trying to get here in the rain.
Oh my gosh,
very bad hair day. Yeah.
Well, I hope it was worth it that you were able to come and you received the Mahatma Award for social good.
No, that was so great to get the award. I didn't expect that at all, and that was really a thrill. And that's the thing. There's just so many people are unsung heroes here. They're just doing great things, really, and the world doesn't necessarily know about it. And so, you get the award and it's something really wonderful and tangible. It's a way to recognize, in maybe a small way with a small audience, just how important those good works really are.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your leadership and for coming today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.